Your entire underwriting department just became obsolete. Here's why. Shealth.AI has created the world's first comprehensive insurance intelligence platform that's redefining how the industry operates. Our health diagnostics AI delivers 85% accuracy with 50% faster results, analyzing medical scans and generating predictions that outperform traditional methods. Travel insurance becomes instant with our Passport OCR technology and intelligent risk assessment across global routes. Fire insurance gets revolutionized through 3D building analysis and real-time hazard zone mapping. Motor insurance transforms with automated document processing and precise IDV calculations. Most importantly, our fraud detection AI identifies high-risk claims before they cost you millions. One platform, multiple solutions, all powered by AI that's already trusted by over 25 hospitals worldwide. Visit Health.AI or email info@health.ai. We're live in India, Singapore, and UAE. The future of insurance isn't coming, it's here. And it's redefining everything.
Wow, what a introduction. All right. Great. Welcome all of you to the second episode of Shealth.AI for Insurance, insurtech. I'm Sunny Mohanty from obviously Shealth.AI, as it clearly says. And I'm really excited again to be here and to have you all join us today. Um, we are back again with our speaker, Yashesh Sampat. Hi, Yashesh.
Hi, Sonny.
Good.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
All well.
Great, great. Okay, so Yashesh
The health
brings.
is the health is good with health.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Great. That's a good one to kickstart this episode today on a lighter note. So, a little bit about Yashish over here. He brings about over 2 decades of hands-on experience across insurance, affinity programs, and large-scale operations. So, Yashish has seen underwriting evolve from a largely manual, experience-driven process to something that is now increasingly shaped by data and intelligent tools. So today's conversation, as you very well know, is about a powerful shift, the journey from underwriters to technowriters. We're going to explore how underwriting has changed over the years, what really goes behind accepting or rejecting a risk, where things can go wrong, and how technology can actually make underwriters faster, sharper, and more confident in their decisions. Most importantly, we'll talk about the big question on everyone's mind. Will technology replace underwriting or will it become the strongest partner an underwriter can ever have? So, if you are an insurance professional, a tech leader, an investor, or a founder interested in the future of risk and AI, this conversation is for you. All right, Yashish, let's just start with a very big picture. Okay, with the first question, if you look at underwriting 20 years ago versus today, what has really changed across both retail and commercial lines?
Thanks, Sonny, for setting the tone beautifully. I think insurance industry leaders will be eyeing to hire you the way you have set the tone to begin with. Okay, it's a very comprehensive note the way you started with. Yes, in last 2 decades, the journey has been completely from an offline era to an online era, which we have seen it. And no longer people talk something which is offline in today's world. And especially in insurance, which has been purely a manual driven, you have seen that transformation actually happening into the information to be seeded to the insurers, the policy delivery, okay, and it is happening in seconds and minutes today. I can just book a travel insurance in a minute and get myself protected for my entire overseas or a domestic trip. I can just pay my premium online and get my home protected or a vehicle protected within minutes after just feeding 4 or 5 informations. Or unlike the 20 years old back era, where I had to fill up a manual form, somebody had to come and see my vehicle, if it is good condition or not. AI has changed everything. Okay. It has brought the turnaround time from days to hours to minutes to seconds in underwriting and in claims.
Right. So that's interesting. It sounds like underwriting has moved from purely experience driven to becoming more data influenced. So would you say, Yashish, with your experience, earlier decisions relied more on instinct, and now they rely more on insights?
So brilliantly articulated. It is a journey of instincts to insights. Yes, and this has become an enabler. The AI solutions have become an enablers for the underwriters today to make a far more informed decisions compared to what it was years back when it was more on instinct. So let's take a scenario. I got to underwrite a property risk which has exposures in storages, which has exposures in manufacturing all over the country. Okay, I need to go by my instinct. I go need to see the past inspection or the recent inspection reports done by professional risk engineers, then discuss it internally, check my probable maximum loss exposures, and then decide to quote for a risk or not quote for a risk, or quote with certain conditions, all on basis of data available with me, or my gut feeling or my instinct that yes, I can pick this risk up. Okay, it fits into my framework. But now, in the current era, you no longer have to be dependent only on your instincts. Instincts has been on the back foot. More of the insights which the AI solutions are providing, right from the exposures, which is there for different locations, to geotagging, to the earthquake or the act of God peril risk exposures, okay, or to actually, is there a basement exposure, which majority of the underwriters across the globe would want to be doubly sure before picking up any such risk. So AI has brought that transformation today for underwriters, and that's what at Shealth we've been doing it, where we can enable technology, are in the process of going live with couple of large underwriters across the globe, where they have asked us to develop an AI tool for underwriting for SME and the corporate risk.
Right. Perfect. So today, I think we are joined today with a lot of industry leaders from the insurance space itself and students from insurance space as well. And if you guys are watching us and you have questions, please shoot it across on the comment section, and we'd love to have those questions answered for you.
Oh, I see some great names here of the industry who are part of this podcast today. In fact, with their
Perfect.
insights, the instincts of ours that Shealth is actually transforming will go to the next level.
Rightly said. Thank you. Yashish. So what I gather is evolution is very clear with, but one thing is with all these changes, Yashish, yeah, one thing insurers still struggle is with the speed of decision making, right? So when a proposal comes in, how long does it realistically take for an underwriter to accept or reject a risk today?
Oh, very good question. It all depends on the line of the business which we are talking, right? We take a motor portfolio or a health portfolio. In a past era of insurance, the details had to be filled in, forms had to be filled in. I had to get the medical checkup done of the customer, then see the reports physically, then take a day or two or three to decide that yes, I want to accept that. But in the current era, the technology has made it very, very simpler. Let's take a scenario where there's a break in insurance. I generate an AI link, send it to the customer. Customer does live video streaming. My underwriter need not have to see the video also or the images also. The Shell tool will read those images, see the vehicle is in perfect condition externally, not the internally one. And if it is fine, I will be able to give an instant decision on the basis of the vehicle details available with me, again through scanning of the digital documents of the vehicle and quoting a price to them instantly within minutes. Okay, take a situation of a property exposure which I discussed few minutes back. Say there's a take a scenario of there's a risk exposure of 30 to 40 million dollars, okay, of a particular location, that in any insurance company of the world would want to see the physical risk. And earlier, there used to be risk engineers who used to go physically, go and check the risk, then prepare reports, check the probable maximum exposures. Then the underwriters used to see their underwriting policy, their reinsurance backup, and then quote for that, which used to take days. It can't happen that I have a 40 mil or 50 mil risk exposure, and today itself I will get it, and tomorrow I will get a quote. Not also today. Okay. But with AI coming in, my
Right.
solutions are that techno savvy and that handy that through drones, through physical inspection being avoided, through digital uploading of the risk exposures, to seeing the geotagging of the locations, seeing the exposures to act of God perils, I am able to decide in days, not even weeks' time. And if it is that robust, the technology, I can give it a solution in a few hours' time also once I have this necessary data with me. So, mind you, this is very important, and I've been interacting with industry leaders across the world, okay, and talking that is AI going to be the replacement of the underwriters? The answer is clear cut no, Sony.
Hmm.
Okay, that myth of AI taking over the jobs into this insurance sector and underwriters then just becoming a technology guys, no. The instincts of underwriters in any risk assessment will always be required because of their practical understanding of the risk. The AI technology is enabling them to make a informed decision and a smarter decision, so that just instincts and then the decisions turning wrong are avoided. Okay. And
Yeah.
my dependability on a manual intervention and multiple people into the ecosystem to do the job gets reduced or eliminated significantly.
Yeah, I think there are a few questions down the line. I think you've summarized most of the points, but yeah, thank you so much for that. Just for our audience and the industry leaders and the students, we will take it step by step as well. So, what I understand, the delays are not just about analysis. I'm talking about the underwriters, but also about gathering the right information. So, do you think underwriters today spend more time searching for the information than actually assessing the risk, or
Good one.
what?
Uh,
Yeah.
the basis of underwriting is your past experience, right? For any line of business, the past data available with the underwriters within their own database, which they have underwritten of different clienteles of a similar risk, and then they can price the risk for the risk on table, or price it out with some terms and conditions being modified, or the instincts about the past experiences at that industry level across insurance sector. Now AI plays a very beautiful role here, Sony. I have data as an underwriter of say 20 years. I have data as an insurtech of millions of customers with me. Okay. Now I want to price the risk which is coming to me with the backup and the thesis being my past experience and my past data and my past claim experience mainly. Okay. Then AI will play that solution giver's role to me, where it will go into my past data repository, give me the analytics about the risk exposures and the potential premium to be quoted for it, and make my job far more simpler compared to what it was earlier, where I used to go by past manual data checking into my systems or files and so on.
Right. Great points, Yashish. This makes me wonder, people outside the insurance industry, right, often think underwriting is just checking a few parameters and giving a yes or a no. But we now know from you it's much deeper than that. That brings me to the next question. Can you walk us through what truly goes into underwriting a risk? What factors are silently playing in the background?
Okay, so underwriting a risk, let's take a situation of a travel policy. Okay. We spoke about motor, we spoke about health, and we spoke about property. Let's take about a travel policy. What is required to underwrite for a travel risk? Say Sony is flying tomorrow to United Kingdom, or Sony is flying a week down the line to United States of America, right? What are my underwriting parameters? Sony's age, Sony's sum insured plan which he is deciding to opt for, Sony's prior medical history, Sony's location of visits, and Sony's age band. These are my major parameters which are required to underwrite it. Now, if Sony is traveling and for say a 10 or a 20 or a $30 premium range, Sony will not bother to have that much of time, patience to go and fill up a form online, do it, everything. So from Sony's passport or the ticket, I can scan her to and fro details. I can scan her number of days for which she has booked it. Okay. Calculate the plans premiums, give her options about it, and only declaration which I would still want to have from Sony is that she's not suffering from any medical history, which will just take a yes or a no. And if it is yes, then my AI tool is that robust and automated that I can decide, going by my past underwriting experience as an underwriter, that if Sony has declared a particular medical history, I may charge a loading or exclude that and instantly give a plan A, plan B, or a plan C for Sony for her travel risk exposures. Okay. So to go into an underwriting, considering the audience being also many upcoming insurance students who are aspiring to be the insurance leaders in globally, who are part of this podcast, I would say to go into underwriting, it is more of logic and not too much of technicalities.
Right.
Underwriting is logical thinking, logical interpretation about any risk which is on your table, whether it's a health risk, whether it's a motor risk, whether it's a property risk, or let's take a situation of a transit risk. Okay, I am sending shipment of large bulk chemicals from India to China. Now, for me to underwrite the risk as an insurer, let's assume the risk value is $2 million risk exposure. I don't have to go and physically see the risk. Insurance works on the principle of good faith. The customer will just declare the transit which is going from where to where and the invoice copy of the transit. The commodity is scanned through it, through the invoice copy. My pricing tool will generate a competitive premium rates, give a scope of cover, that it is an all risk cover, it is a transit B cover, transit C clause cover with certain exclusions or not exclusions being bare minimum, and give an option for a consumer to then buy the product. Now take a scenario, Sony. If the insurance company is underwriting a transit risk, but say a certain category of a commodity is a decline category for them. Okay. And if that commodity transit details come onto the AI tool of the insurer or the insurtech, then AI itself will read and say, sorry, sir, we are unable to quote for you for this risk. Okay. Or if it is a high exposure, then the terms will change, the premium may change, but the solution would be handily available. Okay. So different lines of businesses have different lines of underwriting criterias.
Right.
Those criterias are in existence from decades. That will not change with AI coming in. AI is just an enabler
Yeah.
to make a far more informed decision and a quicker and a smarter decision. And the Shealth AI tool is actually enabling it for different lines of businesses, for insurtechs, for insurance brokers and insurers and healthcare administrators too, for claims management. Okay. And
Right.
making the jobs far more simpler.
Right. Wow. So another big question that follows the explanation that you gave us, Yashish, when decisions depend on so many moving pieces, like so many parameters that you discussed, be it health or transport, it naturally brings up a very uncomfortable but important topic. Can underwriting go wrong?
See, end of the day, the underwriter's role is of assessment of the risk. Okay. Now, it's an offline era 2 decades back or 3 decades back, or it's today's AI era. Okay. The underwriter is going by his gut feeling, his past experiences, his employer's past experiences, and quoting for that. That okay, I'll pick up this risk. It seems to be okay. Now all of a sudden you have an act of God peril which strikes that location. Okay, what is a wrong decision into which he has made it? He never anticipated an act of God peril in a location which has never been exposed to an act of God peril for last 20, 30 years. And something of that happens. That's part of the insurance business, right? The insurance business is there to pay the claims. And that's how people believe in the concept of insurance and take policies to cover their risk and pay the premium for it. It's not a return on investment tool that I paid few $1 million, and if the claim is not coming, I'll get the money back. You're
Yeah.
ensuring, you're hedging your probability of a risk getting triggered to you. Now,
Yeah.
to answer to you, Sony,
Okay.
insurance decision, even in an AI world,
Yeah.
can go wrong. My exposure analysis can give me predictability about yes, this location risk management is very good. There is no flood exposure. There is no basement exposure. They have a great housekeeping facilities after whatever I have seen into the tools and videos. But an untoward incident of that location, say a short circuit in a fire, can
Mm.
just erupt and the entire plant can get gutted down due to fire. It can, there can be a blast. So
Right.
insurer has done his all prudent due diligence through his gut feeling, through his instincts, and through AI insights too. And still the decision can go wrong. But
Right.
the wrong happening or the decisions going wrong are dramatically reduced when you have an AI solution available with you. And insurers, my message to them would be, I come from an industry background. So please look to AI as a long-term investment which help you to protect your balance sheets, help you to make more informed decisions, and invest in AI. Don't look to it that this is what a normal underwriter can do it.
Yeah. So this is where we'll, move into the next section about talking about AI. But I just wanted to ask you, because you've got so much years of experience working in this space, have you seen any real cases where risk actually looked perfectly safe on a paper, but later turned into a major, major claim?
So I come from Bombay. So 2005 floods were a big shock to the entire Mumbai city, right? Till that point of time, Mumbai was never exposed to flood. And one massive incident of 2005 flooding in Bombay wiped off billions of dollars of claims in assets like property, vehicle, plants, and so on. And say a COVID, okay?
Yeah.
COVID is a very classic case study. The pandemic caught everybody on the back foot. Insurers couldn't just react to it, whether it was a corporate employee's claims or their parents' claims or an individual's claims. The claim size shooted up from 1x to 5x to 8x due to a pandemic. Right? And that's why insurers are there in the business. And that's why the mindset of the consumers is that I can't be the self insurer
Hmm.
every time just because there is no claim to me. And that's why you require insurance. Okay. Mumbai floods, the earthquake in Kutch, entire Kutch was almost down, right? And still the scars are there. The COVID, the losses due to COVID for businesses have caught everybody on the back foot. And that's why, again, I'm reiterating that a large exposure can wipe out your millions and millions of dollars investment, or a single exposure or a single risk which gets triggered to can wipe it off. And hence, an underwriter has to have an AI today to get that informed decision. That
Right.
microscopic analytics about
Yeah.
the risk is required by an underwriter to do it, or few dollars vis-a-vis the exposure. That delta is extremely adverse. Okay, if a claim
Right.
gets triggered too. and vice versa. Say for a few dollars premium, as an
Mm-hmm.
individual or as a corporate, my risk exposure is getting protected. So I better hedge that.
Right. Wow, great examples for our audience. Feel free to ask any questions on the comment section if you would like to ask any questions to Yashish specifically. Do we have any questions? Okay, we'll take those questions later then. All right, so this is exactly what the conversation I would say shifts from traditional underwriting to what we now call techno writing, right? So, Yashish, as you mentioned, the term techno writer is becoming very, very popular, and underwriter supported by intelligent tools, right? So, for a traditional minded underwriter, right, or an industry or a company that has not embraced AI yet, right, they're still exploring if AI is for real. What does that actually mean in a day to day work?
Good one again, Sony. I think industry is definitely watching you. Your understanding of insurance is amazing, and the way you got this in order. Uh,
I think I got it from you, Yashish.
so the training sessions to you have been pretty good. Yeah, good to hear that. Uh, uh, yeah, to answer to your question specifically, no insurer, trust me, in today's world, is completely AI aligned and AI ready. If anyone says that, I have my own doubts. Now, AI's adaptability for entire insurers ecosystem is a need of the hour, so that the penetration of insurance and the confidence of the consumer into the sector of insurance goes up significantly, and that role tech will play. I'll give you a scenario. There are insurers who are new age, techno savvy insurers who definitely have AI on their cards, but
Right.
still they are building it upon. They are working it upon. Okay. And once they go live, they will experience it, they'll evolve with it because they know that technology is the way forward. But there are traditional or not traditional erstwhile insurers, I would have to put, in the business for a decade or two or three or four or 5 decades. Just imagine the data repository which they have with them for risk which they have underwritten in different lines of businesses, for claims which they have settled for different lines of businesses, where their decisions of underwriting have gone bad. They would be having that database also. But today, as an insurer, if I want to have a informed decision and a intuitive analytics tools being developed, I require this whole year's data available with me. And the beauty of AI has to be that the underwriters data of different insurers, if it can come together through a technology platform, or even for a specific underwriter, it can come together through AI technology, how it enables the ecosystem of the distributors of insurance also. So you have large insurtechs across the globe who distribute embedded, who distribute commercial, who distribute retail and SME insurances, okay, digitally. You have commercial brokers, you have large corporates,
Yep.
okay, you have SMEs. They can rely on this AI tools, data analytics, and help for more penetration of insurance and purchase of insurance, so that the experience itself about submission of data, getting a risk being quoted for, getting a policy being delivered with an instant premium payment, or intimation of the changes in the risk descriptions or locations, or to intimation for claims, or to settlement of the claim in the quickest time, or to managing the funds and the feasibility and the solvency margins and the investments and tracking it on an ongoing basis. Just see this entire cycle of insurance businesses, right?
Right.
And AI will and continue to evolve in each of these areas. And again, going back to my earlier comment, it is in the need of the industry as a whole, whether it's India or globally, that AI has to get into the DNA of the insurance ecosystem, and every professional who is working into the insurance industry, into his own role or his functional or a departmental role or the organizational larger goals and roles, AI has to come into it and make the job of doing this business more smoother and more hassle free.
Right. Great insights, Yashish. I think to me, it feels like the future is not about humans versus AI or machines, like the way we read articles or see people like being in that fear of losing their jobs to AI. It's about humans and machines, basically AI, working together to understand the risk better than ever before, right? So underwriting is no longer about saying yes or no to a risk. It's about understanding risk deeply, quickly, and intelligently with the AI systems, right?
So,
Okay. So that brings us to the I think we have covered more or less everything in this episode. It's a 30 minutes episode. Unless and until we have any questions from,
yeah, so
yeah.
there's a question which I see. Somebody has asked, "Sir, can we AI replace the human task?" The answer is yes, partially, and more significantly, no. Okay, it's as I mentioned earlier, AI is an enabler. AI will try to do the manual job replacement in a very significant way, which consumes a lot of time for predominantly underwriters in assessing the risk, and which will give the confidence to the consumer as a whole that underwriting is so smooth enough in now today's era that earlier for which I used to get my response in days or weeks, now I am getting a response of my policy to be underwritten with the terms, conditions, pricing in hours. So AI will not replace human beings into this sector. AI will make them far more smarter, and AI will actually raise the bar of insurance penetration. But at the same point of time, the insurance sector as a whole, to start with underwriting, has to adapt to AI, has to accept AI as a core functional requirement and skill sets for them to work today, to work tomorrow, and to work in the years to come.
Great. Do we have any other questions from the audience? So I have, okay, so here, no, sorry, it's not a question. I have a question for you, Ashish. How does the current educational curriculum looks like for somebody who is aspiring to be in the insurance industry? Does the curriculum covers AI as a add-on, or the students are required to study separately about the AI use cases and how, and it's up to them how they merge this together?
Sony, have you set some AI tool into your mind to read my mind? Because that was something which was coming up the sleeve. And trust me, guys, this is not a planned question. Okay. And this is a pure instincts driven question from Sony, which I believe is influenced by AI. And her AI tool has read my mind. In fact, Sony, as you know, I've been into teaching for last 15, 16 years, and I have seen the courses, curriculums taught the subjects to across different universities in India, abroad, and globally too. And AI as a solution is now started at a very early stage into the courses, whether it's a finance course, whether it's in commerce, or whether it's any insurance course. 5 years back, 10 years back, or 15 years back, there was nothing part of the AI. And into my insurance teaching and insurance courses, which are up the sleeve and soon coming up through different collaborations which I'm initiated. AI course content is a very much a part of that, which the students will be taught to, and they will
Right.
have to know before they enter into the insurance sector. Okay, because a candidate with having an AI expertise and understanding will make the job far more simpler. I'll give you a very simple example. If I had to hire somebody into a relationship management role, okay, I am an insurance company, I'm an insurance broker, I am an insurtech. Earlier, he has to draft an email, okay, take hours or minutes, spelling errors, flow errors, spacing errors. AI makes that job in seconds,
Yeah.
and he or she can effectively, through AI, do a far more professional role, which today a consumer will always like to. So to answer to you, yes, AI is coming, AI is there, AI will be part of the course curriculum in a far more bigger way, okay, and it will be there in all functionalities of doing the business of insurance, underwriting to marketing to operations to claims to reinsurance to accounting.
Perfect. Sounds very promising, Yashish. The future looks really bright for the insurance industry.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for the amazing insights today. Just conscious of the time. We will be back again with you, Ashish, for covering another topic, a burning topic in this space of insurance and AI. And till then, if we do not have any further questions, uh, would like to say if any closing remarks from you, Yashish, before we wrap up. Any questions
Ye-
from the audience?
Yes, so Sonny, I would just like to say, as I see there are many professionals from insurance sector who are part of this call. So it's a message to you: spread the word within your ecosystem, within your colleagues, your industry counterparts, that yes, we will require our AI in our job for managing the business far more effectively and far more smoothly, and hence this is not like a sales call or a sales pitch call which Shealth is doing it just to promote its brand and come and partner with us. But we know the business of insurance. We know the problem statements which are there into underwriting to claims to distribution. And insurers across the world, insurtechs across the world, the broking and the distribution community and the fintech community across the world, reach out to us. Let's have a chat. Let us come back to you with our solutioning and try to bring about the difference to add value to your business and optimize your ecosystem to make you more wealthy by partnering with Shell. So, my message is be in good health, make more wealth, partner with Shell.
Love that. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for that closing thoughts and remarks, Yashish. Again, I would like to re-emphasize on the partnership connect. You can email me at sony@zinfin.org or Yashish as well. The emails are flashed on the screen, and we would love to hear back from you. All right. On that note, thank you all. Thank you for your time. And yeah, take care of your health, and we'll come back on another episode for you next time. All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye. Bye.